Hello everyone, welcome to another Blunder City video. Very low rated players, let's see how they do. E4, this is standard. Oh, don't push the F pawn. This is known as the forget it pawn because it's on the F. At least in the opening. Okay, let's see how white does. Okay, that's a standard. No, you block your bishop out. No. Okay, pushes, takes. Oh, okay, you see? White had to take back this way. Because then, if black takes, they can take back. Or if this happens, they can take and still they can protect it. So it has to be like this. Okay, anyway, proceeding, and you just hung a pawn. Takes the queen, and okay. So sometimes beginners are like really afraid when they can't castle, but that's not a big deal if you're playing like very low rated players. Okay. So that's kind of a good move because if you're if you know your opponent is very trade happy, you're gonna do this because then you activate your bishop. Takes. Okay, but okay. Now you gotta take the no. Hangs the bishop. Okay. Take the pawn. Okay. Dude, are you serious? Take the. Are you afraid of moving your king again? It's not like your king can't move in these 4 squares like in Chinese chess. Okay, Chinese chess is a different story. Anyway, okay, queen's good. Yo. Seriously? Okay, if you really can't keep track of where your opponent's pieces are attacking, you should just highlight them. Just highlight where your opponent's pieces are attacking. All of these. Just highlight them, and then you'll know. Okay, but takes, okay. Knight, and looks like black is just obsessed with pushing pawns, and white just makes a blunder. Yes, this is the point when I was preparing for this. So, I guess I won't spoil it for you guys, but anyway. Alright, this is blunder, like, this is like serious blunder number 3. Moves the knight back, so that's blunder. I guess maybe that's a missed win, maybe, but I think that's blunder. Okay, pushes. Now, what do? This or this? Pause the video. This is an exercise for beginners. Okay, take the rook. Doesn't matter if it queen's here. Remember, the rook isn't here anymore. So if it queen's here, you can just take it. So he takes the pawn and didn't take it. Okay, you shouldn't trade material if you're down material. Takes the pawn and yo man, take it. It's right there. You have to look for 3 things basically. There are 3 basic things to look for: checks, captures, attacks. Checks, you've got this. And not so good. You block from this. Then you look at captures. What can you capture? You can capture this. Oh, that was another capture. What can you capture? Nothing else. These are the only 2 captures you have. Both are awesome. And actually, right now, is there in a debate? Or let's do another exercise for beginners. Do you take this rook first, right here? Or do you take this rook first? You can pause the video and see. Oh, sorry. So it's either this rook first or this rook first. Okay, the answer is this rook first. Because if you take this one, then yeah, you get a free rook, but they just block you from taking that one. If you take this one, then even though they block you, you still get to take it, and your rook is defended, so you actually want a free rook. Okay, but of course none of them saw this and proceeded to do that check. Don't take the bishop. Don't take the bishop. Okay? This is this. And man, that's called a skewer, where your king is in the way of another piece where the thing can attack. And in general, don't put your piece like on a diagonal the other piece can be. So okay? And of course, this rook, no, not this one. This one is still hanging. And this rook is also hanging. I think it should be considered a blunder every move any I think it should be considered a blunder every move where black doesn't play this or moves the rook out of the way. So I don't know, at least 5 blunders already. Okay, push, check. What's the point, man? Went this way. You decided I'm gonna drop by, I don't know what, maybe an ice cream store, and then on the way there, right there, when you're about to open the doors, you're like, actually, I don't wanna, and you like head back home and to a park. It's like, no, just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I sound too much like Gotham Chess. Anyway, okay. Still, they're not noticing any of this. Still, you should be taking this one first. Don't take this one first. Take this one first. Okay, but anyway, okay. Oh, and this was a blunder. Takes, and you hung a bishop. Okay, anyway. And there's this thing called indirect defense. Let's say this rook isn't here. This is an indirect defense of this pawn, because if you check the king, you can't take it. But anyway, so he hangs a pawn. So if black's... Nah, I think black is still kind of hopeless. Because look, like white's pieces, man, maybe this one's not so active, but white's playing with 5 pieces. Black's playing with 1... basically 0. Maybe this rook is supporting this, but basically 0. So that's why black is so hopeless here. Okay, brings the king back. Is that mate? No. Okay, takes the rook, and so if black takes here, it's not hopeless because you've got these 2 passed pawns. But of course you don't take the rook. And let's see what happens. Okay, brings the bishop back. Take the rook! And hangs another rook. Okay? Still, that rook is hanging on h8, and finally takes. Finally. That was probably like 15 moves it was there, okay? And now black is not hopeless. It has these 2 pass pawns, and only 1 rook here. Wait, my gosh. So basically, black kind of wants to bring his minor pieces in, and trade off these knights, because they're going to be easy to block these pawns. So then you can just... Then after that, you can just slowly push the pawns to victory. Okay, hangs a knight, hangs another knight, and, well, basically hangs a rook, hangs a knight, and basically 2 knights for a rook is better for the person who got 2 knights. So black got the better trade. Okay, push, take the bishop. No! Take the bishop! Okay, anyway. Okay. Shuffling the king around. What happens now? Okay, push. Okay, so now it's basically 2 knights and 1 rook. I think it's a draw, maybe some computers. No, there's actually no knight check. There's no double knight checkmate, so I think this is a draw. Even for computers that are like Alpha 0. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I said checks captures attacks, but like, if like you can highlight, okay? You're allowed to. And doesn't see it. Okay. Check. Okay, hangs a knight there. Hangs another knight there, takes it this time. Hangs another knight. Okay, so rook king checkmates. What you want to do, once they're in these edges, slowly push them to a corner. So here's what I would do. It's black's turn, so this, and you can't go here because it's not defended. You look. So you have to always protect your rook. And then the same process again. 1, 2. Oh, not yet. And then once you get into a 3x2 box. Okay, the reason you don't keep continuing like this is because it's stalemate. And then here's what happens. Black can only shuffle around here. And the point is get the king here and bring the rook there. Or other way, when the king is here and put the rook there. Anyway. So don't do that. And when the king... Oh, it's white's turn. So if it goes here, black goes here, and that's not checkmate. So then there's this thing called stalling. So you have to stall a move. Stalling means like waiting. So you go here. And then while it's not attacking the rook, you make an extra move so that instead of being here, it's there when you want to checkmate. And you bring here, and that's checkmate. I have a rook king checkmate tutorial somewhere. So anyway. We were on move 60, I believe. Okay, let's see how white does this. Okay, don't let the king into the center, and you're just leaving your rook alone, getting chased by the king, and you hang it, and it's draw. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Another one of Blunder City. If you want to see one of my Blunder City videos, I'll probably put up one of my games when I was like maybe 1,000. Okay, anyway. So, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and if you want any more Blunder City videos, just, I don't know, I'll definitely make more, because they're fun to make. And, so, these are beginners, so they'll learn fast. So, beginners just have to minimize their one-move blunders, like these people. So, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.